Hello, my name's Fred McNeil, and welcome to QAC TV 7. Every other week we do a program with veterans. There are 3,500 veterans in Queen Anne's County. We try to bring in as many as we can, tell you what they did in the military, what they're doing now, and what their future dreams with us. I have a young man named D. Welcome aboard.
Hey, how are you?
How about
Thank you.
introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, my name is Diallo Wallace, call sign D-Man. I'm here in Queen Anne's County. Very proud to be in Queen Anne's County. Former naval aviator, flew helicopters for the Navy. I'm a 9/11 vet, and I finished up my career in teaching at the United States Naval Academy. And now I've started up a school here locally for the...
Let's go way back.
Oh.
This is like getting to know you one-on-one. Okay. Where did you grow up, Dave?
So, military brat, grew up in a lot of different places.
Give me some spots.
So, Treasure Island in San Francisco
Oh,
Bay.
out west, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And my dad was Navy. He was a corpsman, served with the Marines to do the medical part for them, but grew up, born in Oakland, and then grew up on Treasure Island, and then...
On the base.
On the base. And then from there...
Tough place to grow up.
Oh.
Northern, come on.
It was a great, great, beautiful city, and the things that you were able to do there at the time. And Fleet Week, they really had an appreciation for their military, especially Navy services. And then migrated down to San Diego.
Okay. Which is not a bad place to be with that temperature and climate,
it's
right?
not. It absolutely is not. And then migrated north to Oceanside, California, where Camp Pendleton.
In California?
Yeah, stayed in California. So Camp Pendleton there, and at end of middle school and high school there, and
now school
Oceanside.
on base?
Nope. It was there were two. It was El Camino High School and Oceanside High, and I went to El Camino.
Sports,
Yeah,
theater?
I did sports.
What'd you do?
So I was very light. Okay. So I wanted to do football, but no.
No way.
No.
California football is like Texas football or Pennsylvania.
No.
They're serious.
No, I had the speed, Fred, but not the size.
Yeah.
And
run cross country.
Yeah, and at that time, in our rival school, that's the day and age of like Junior Seau, and he was there.
You had some good players.
Yeah, but I did track cross country.
Oh, good.
I was a cross country distance runner.
Well, we talked. I'm an old cross country coach and runner.
Yeah.
Now, what were your best events in track?
So I did really well in cross country because I liked this strategy of
3 miles. It's a chess game.
It's a chess game, and I was a hiller. So,
okay. You like going up the hills?
I liked going up the hills because everyone's...
You wouldn't have liked the Eastern Shore. We have no hills to run on.
It was painful for everyone, but you get up to someone, you look next to them, and then you really push, and it just...
Psych job.
Yeah. But then try to do distance on the
So you're two-miler type.
Yeah, I was trying that on the track. Just couldn't run around the circle that many times.
That's okay.
So I switched to field events and did pretty good in triple jump.
Did you really?
Yeah,
okay.
did really good.
Great event. Hop. We used to call it the hop, step, and jump. You had just to figure out how to do it was the hardest part of the event.
It was just a rhythm of it, and I held a record there in the county for
How
a
far
while.
did you go in the triple jump?
My PR, I was 46.7, 46 feet, 7
you
feet.
get above 45, you're doing fantastic.
Yeah, 46.7, but there were guys, Dokie Williams and some famous guys.
world-class people.
Yeah. He was in the county too. Way ahead of me, but I think he had something like at a 48 or 49 record.
Knocking on the door of 50, right?
Yeah.
So you go to high school, you're doing track. Where'd you go after high school?
So after high school, I actually wanted to come to the Naval Academy, and I didn't get in, and so then I started working my way up. I knew that I wanted to fly for the Navy. Mm-hmm. I know the exact date. April 12th of 1981.
Okay.
I saw the space shuttle go up, and
really?
John Young and Robert Crippen were on board. Famous astronauts. John Young had walked in the moon.
Yeah.
They were both naval aviators, and that's what I'm going to do.
Now, did you go in the Navy or go to college?
I became an informed customer, and I knew I wanted to fly.
Okay.
And my dad was enlisted, and I wanted to have the highest probability of being able to fly. So I cobbled together my degree so that I could go to officer candidate school.
Where'd you go to school?
And so University of Illinois, San Diego State, they were just...
You jumped around, got the credits, got the 120 credits.
And then boom, they got the degree. And so then...
what was your major?
Electronics engineering.
Oh, so you're in electronics, you graduated from college, and you want to go to OCS.
Yep, I went to OCS.
Where'd you go?
Pensacola, Florida.
Okay.
Pensacola for 13-week wonder, as they call us.
Okay.
And out of there...
Ensign? You're an ensign when you get
ensign,
out, right?
And then showed up down at Pensacola for basic, what they call at that time, API, so water survival and aerodynamics. And then after that, was selected to go down to Corpus Christi, Texas.
For flight school.
For flight school.
Flight school.
Yep.
Now, tell me about that. I heard a lot of good stories about flight school.
Let me tell
you. They wash everybody out, don't they?
Man, it's the best, hardest thing that you could think about doing, especially if you want to fly. The tempo, the training, and more importantly, the people who are investing in you was incredible. And then based upon the needs of the Navy, your performance, and as you know, as a former Army guy, timing. Yeah. So I was selected for helicopters.
Oh, terrific.
Originally I wanted to fly.
Now, let's go back to flight school.
Yeah.
People always tell me the academics are actually tougher than the physical. Ted Williams' story. Williams, Marine.
Yep.
They used to say Ted Williams, like in baseball, he was a natural. You put him in a cockpit of either a propeller-driven or a jet, he could handle it.
Yeah.
The academics, they had to help him. How did you find the academics?
And it's not so much the academics; it's the tempo of the academics.
Okay, so quick.
So if you weren't familiar with aerodynamics or jet engines or engines and anything or jet flight controls, it was so compressed and came at you so fast.
They kept throwing stuff at you.
Yeah, and really you just have to. You're going to have bad days.
Okay.
But you just say, okay,
keep going.
What did you learn?
Don't worry about it.
Lessons learned. What did you learn?
Well, I didn't interrupt, but was that the toughest part, the academics, or was the actual flying the toughest?
No, the actual was the academics, because the idea wasn't just that it's bookwork, is that you did the bookwork, and then the very next day you had to go and apply what you learned. And so I have to give Navy Flight School much credit that it forced me to refine my way of learning and studying. So instead of being day to day, which you couldn't survive if you're reactionary, you had to learn to be at least a week to 2 weeks ahead in the syllabus to prep and understand and
what's
be
coming
ready.
At you.
Yeah, what's coming at you.
What was it? Let's say with flight school, what was the best part of flight school?
Best part of flight school was flying with my instructors.
Okay, talk about that for a second.
One important, and this was actually when I was about to get winged for helicopters with Joe Borgia, never forget him. And he was my on-wing, and what they do is they couple you with a senior aviator, and they show you all the tricks and get you ready to get your wings. And on our graduation hop, he said, okay, schedule the bird for about pinky time. And this is, right before sunset and everything. He goes, all right, we're going to do your graduation gift. I said, okay. I'm thinking he's going to give me a cigar or something. Yeah. So we go out, we climb out 1,000 feet, and we go dead
you're in what type of craft?
Right now I'm in a TH-57 helicopter.
Oh, you're in a helicopter?
Now I'm in a helicopter. I'm back in Pensacola, Florida, flying helos. And yes, the best part of flight school, and this was it for me. So we're heading 270. And
tell us, Army guys, what that means.
That's west.
Okay,
that's
going west. Okay,
going west.
Okay.
And it's pinky time. So
now tell me what pinky time is.
So it's right before sunset.
Okay, so you get that pretty color in the air.
That's why they call it pinky time. Okay. And so we're heading west. I'm at 1,000 feet. And he says, okay, you ready for it? And I said, yes, sir. He goes, I have the controls. So, Roger, you have the controls. I'll pass the controls to him. And he says, okay, coming up. And he lets the sun dip right below the horizon.
So you're getting that glow.
That glow. Yeah. He pulls power and pulls back, and we climb up 1,000 feet. And so then I saw the sunset again, and then he pulls back on the power again.
Kept going up and looking.
So we climbed up, and I saw 7 sunsets.
7. You're like an astronaut, right? Going around the Earth. The sunrise. Amazing.
7 sunsets in one day, and that's the thing that still to this day sticks out to me, that you have hardships in flight school, but it's those intangibles that make it worth it.
You have that rest of this. So you get out, you're qualified as a helicopter. You're still an ensign?
Yes.
Still an ensign?
Yep, ensign.
Now, where do you go from helicopter?
So I got selected for the SH-60 Bravo helicopter out of San Diego.
What that is now.
And that's the Navy version of the Army Black Hawk, focused on
so you're talking combat type helicopter.
Yep, and focused on anti-submarine warfare.
Oh, really?
A lot of people don't know this, but 12 miles off any coast,
Russian submarine,
international water. So, I got trained on hunting Captain Remius.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain to Army guys and the public. What did you? Would you from an aircraft carrier or from a
no? So I was on what they call small boys. So
what are small boys?
Cruisers, destroyers.
Okay, so you're actually on a ship though.
Yep. So cruisers, destroyers, and then our job was to protect the aircraft carrier. Okay. So it was a good mission and a good time.
How often did you come in contact with the opponent?
It was a chess game.
Oh, okay.
But
it was a regular activity.
Stuff is out there, and we weren't bored. I'll say that. We weren't bored.
No, tell me what that means. What does it mean?
Like I said,
you weren't bored.
Yeah,
okay.
we weren't bored.
Okay, so there was enough to do to keep you busy.
Yes, and we had multi-missions. We had a lot, ASW, anti-submarine warfare was our primary mission, but communications relay.
What's communications relay?
So where we relay radio signals from ship to ship.
Oh, okay.
And then also SAR, search and rescue,
okay.
combat search and rescue.
How often did you do search and rescue?
Well, the interesting thing was that when I deployed, it was we were shortly after 9/11.
Okay.
So the energy, for those
it went crazy. The whole country went on alert, right? The whole country.
Yeah, and so we were changing mission sets. Our scope and focus changed because we weren't hunting submarines. We were supporting SEALs, and then
on their missions.
In their missions, and then there were things that the ships still needed to do, so we needed to still protect them. So it really became a jack of all trades, master of none.
Okay.
But it was very fulfilling.
They could change your assignment based on their need at that time.
And that was the primary mission with our helo, was that it was what we could call modular. It's like, hey, you launched and you were supposed to go prosecute a ship to find out what they are or where they're from, but then maybe halfway on the way back,
something else
fell.
came up.
So now we turned into a medevac flight, and then after that, hey, there's mail on the carrier. Go pick that up.
Pick it up. How did you ever fish anybody out of the sea?
A couple times, but these were in training scenarios, but nothing combat related.
Just practicing if the real thing came.
Yep.
All right, so you did that for how long?
So I did that for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, that's it. But then you're what? You're full lieutenant. Okay.
Yep.
So what came next?
So after that, I knew that, again, going back to getting inspired by John Young and Robert Crippen in '81, I wanted to go to Naval Postgraduate School.
Okay.
And that was the, one of the largest producers of astronauts at the time. And, I had that's
getting your ticket punched. You're doing
it's like I don't need to reinvent the wheel. Look at all these guys who've done this.
Follow their
Great
track.
time in Monterey, and just.
Now, how long is the Navy postgraduate?
So the program I did was supposed to be 2.5 years, and I was actually picked up to go to the Strategic Studies Group for the Chief of Naval Operations.
Is that all academics, or what's that?
It's all academics. You're working on
lectures
your master's.
okay.
Absolutely. But I had been picked up for a fellowship to go to the War College up in Rhode Island.
So you came back.
Yep. And stayed about a year there working for the Chief of Naval Operations.
Now, what were you doing there?
So we were tasked by the Chief of Naval Operations there, Admiral Clark at the time, wonderful man, brilliant, just a thinker's thinker, But
the best and the brightest.
Yeah, and our job was to. I remember, I'll never forget this. We're young junior officers and we're motivated. GWAT is going on, the war's going on, and he says, okay, I want to know what the role of the Navy is going to be in the global war on terrorism. And we're like, sir, we're doing that. We're doing it. And what's the Navy's role in it? We're doing that right now. He goes, oh, by the way, I want to know what the role of the Navy is going to be in the global war on terrorism in the year 2037.
Oh, good. Like Admiral Zumwalt was when he came
2037.
in.
And it's like, whoa, how do you even establish a pathway to that? And then what are the things that are going to be constant? And what are the things that we haven't even thought of?
Okay. That's good. It's a think tank. It's a think tank.
Yep. And so it was a good fellowship.
You're there a year. Where'd you go after that?
So came back and finished up my engineering degree in astronautical engineering at Naval Postgraduate School. Finished that out, and then did a lot of acquisitions and program management for the Navy, buying satellites, buying rockets, and navigation systems, GPS systems. And then I got out of the Navy, active duty.
Okay. So when would you come out? What rank were you when you came out? Still a lieutenant?
I was still a lieutenant.
Still a lieutenant
when I got out.
So you had how many years in total?
About 10.
Oh, so
about
you're 10 years
10.
in.
Yep.
So, okay, you're out of the Navy. So what are we doing as a civilian?
So I switched into the government and worked for SPAWAR, Navy Acquisition Command. And
so you're purchasing missiles, whatever you're purchasing.
Yep, doing all that stuff. And it was a good time. and then found out about the reserves, and
So you went back in the reserves.
went back
Flying
into
copters?
actually
Oh,
doing test and evaluation.
Oh, okay.
So test and evaluation of systems and of aircraft themselves, and then flying.
So you still fly?
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Came back and did a little bit of flying.
What rank did you get in the?
So I got lieutenant commander.
Oh, good. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right?
You know what? Let me tell you, my golden rank was, I think,
You want to be an admiral? Come on, man.
I just liked flying.
Oh, good. You just wanted to fly.
And the junior officers were the ones who were having fun, and then the mid-grade officers would be like, okay, the big brothers and sisters who would be like, okay, you guys keep flying, and then
You reach your point, you're sitting behind a desk, right? And I had an uncle, Bill Zaney, same thing in the Air Force. When he told him, when I can't fly, I'm getting out. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And it was tough in those days. So, okay, that's kind of switch gears here.
And that's how I ended up over here at the
Okay,
Naval
so you're at the
Academy.
Naval Academy doing what?
Teaching aerospace engineering to the midshipmen, and it was such an honor and to mentor and instruct and cultivate these young men and women who have said, they raised their hand and said, we'll defend the country, and we're willing to learn.
No, give me a course title. Give me an example.
Intro to Aeronautics, which was a really fantastic.
Teaching them the
Teaching
basics.
the basics of aerodynamics and aircraft systems. And these are dedicated aerospace engineering majors, and all midshipmen start out without a major their freshman year, and then they select.
They pick something.
And so, it's very, very...
So this is like being a doctor. You're on a track, right?
Yes,
These are
track.
tough courses and stuff like that.
And most engineering programs take 5 years to get through, and the Naval Academy gives you 4.
You got 4 then. You
Four,
gotta get out.
and really, when you think about it, like your first year, you're not even doing your major, so now you're
3.
compressing, and the tempo and the quality of instruction was just world class. And these kids, they had the grit, they had the determination, and they did it. And a lot of them now are second lieutenants and ensigns down at flight school.
Did you fly with them at all? Did you get any airtime?
A couple of them I did, and I did a lot of training stuff to get them prepped.
Okay.
And
But you were more ground school in the classroom.
and so they are. I hear from them all the time.
Good.
I just heard from 2 yesterday. One's going to wing in July, and another is waiting to find out what he's going to
Get them
fly.
to come speak to our veterans group one day
absolutely,
when they come
absolutely.
in town. Well, let's switch gears here. So you're at Naval Academy, you're teaching, and then there's a change of direction. Yes?
Yeah. So at the Naval Academy, you, as a reservist, were there for a 3-year tour.
Okay.
So orders were up, and they only had a.
Oh, you were actually there on a reserve commission.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So as a reservist, came active duty and started teaching there, and they're there for 3 years.
didn't know that. Okay.
And then after 3 years, you
Move on.
move on to the next set of orders. So yeah, and
Did you stay in or get out at that point?
So at that point, just finished up and
Try something different.
And try something different, because as a reservist, then you're back to being
Yes,
Joe
you
civilian.
got 5 days a week. Most of the month you got to utilize.
Yep. So I just finished out, and now I'm Joe civilian.
Okay, now as Joe Civilian, you've got a dream for Queen Anne's County.
Absolutely.
Why don't you talk about that a bit?
So, first of all, I really love Queen Anne's County.
Oh, good.
Being out
A
here,
very pleasant place to live.
This is where I started my tenure here in Maryland when I was teaching at the academy, and I loved the drive across
Coming on
the
the
bridge.
Eastern Shore,
Yeah.
Different world.
And so the vision that I have for here is I want to leverage my experience with aerospace sciences for the youth in the area, and the kids here have a lot of opportunity.
It's a good location.
And also they have what we call kinesthetic type of learning. They've done ag, they know how to work with their hands, which translates to what they understand mechanically in their head and intuitively see things in engineering concepts.
Good.
So what my plan is to leverage my experience teaching at the academy, my engineering degrees, and right now I'm finishing up my PhD in engineering
Oh,
education.
good for you. Where are you going?
Purdue.
Oh, Purdue.
Purdue. So I have to go back there.
Half the
here soon.
astronauts went. Neil Armstrong went to Purdue, right? Come on. Didn't he go? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gene Cernan, yes.
Yes.
So, and this last summer, I got selected to be a part of the Space Camp Hall of Fame because of my outreach. So my why now, Fred, is I want to bring all that for the youth in the area and get them motivated about aerospace science. People believe that the space economy is coming, and it's not. It's here.
It's here.
It's here, and we have to get the students to understand the opportunities for them. And one thing that I've also been stressing with many of the youth here is that Maryland has a very, very deep and rich history in aerospace, and I want to
Come on, in Greenbelt, Maryland, we have NASA headquarters. We have Wallace Island.
Yep,
Come on.
and all of the airfields around in the state
You got
where
Dover,
used to be training facilities for military. So I want to reinvigorate that and get the kids to see the opportunities that lie before them. There is a big push to try and bring industry, especially aerospace, into the state. And if they do, the idea is like, oh, they want to bring the brain trust in. And my argument is that that's great, bring the brain trust in, but it's already here.
Oh, you're saying.
So your employees are here. They're just in 4th and 5th grade. So let's invest in them now. So I've started up a school here in Queen Anne's County called the Engineering and Science Academy, focused on aerospace science. It's a hybrid school, so remote learners out in deep ag areas will get the same experience as resident students. And it's not an after-school program. It's a course for credit. So I'm going through the accreditation process right now. It's a private school. I'm not conferring diplomas, high school diplomas, but I'm focusing on the STEM fields that the kids will be able to get.
So you can do this online right now?
Yep.
Well, here, let's stop you here. We're going to keep going. So if I'm a young person or a parent at home, easy peasy, my kid wants to know how to fly, wants to get into space. What are they? Can you call someplace? Can you go online?
They can go online right now. It's TESA, TESA, the number 4, space, SPACE.org.
Okay, say that again.
Yep, so it's TESA4space.org, TESA.
They can go on that right now.
They could go on it right now, see the webpage,
okay.
and they'll see the summer programs that I have and the courses that we're listing. So here's the motivation. Having been a practicing engineering, and I'm a big one on mentorship. It's all about mentorship. Well, right now, it's greater than a 50% rate of first-year engineering students at any college. They self-select out into other majors, and there's nothing wrong with other majors. A little harder than they thought, maybe. Well, and they've examined. It's well documented, and it's part of my dissertation stuff for the PhD. But they've recognized that there's factors that these students have seen, and a lot of it is that the students have reported that they didn't feel prepared enough for the robust.
They didn't get the math and the science they needed.
And that's the stuff I'm focusing on with an emphasis in aerospace science. So
give me so if I go online now, what courses would I see listed for this summer?
Okay, so for the summer it would be my introduction to aeronautics, where they're going to go through the engineering design process of working with a wind tunnel and working with some computer programming.
And you have that as facilities to do.
Yep, and then flying believe it or not, a remote control paper airplane with their phone. And then we have simulators that we're going to get them in the simulators.
Now get what did Confucius say? If I see, I forget. If I hear, I remember. If I do, I learn. So you have them doing.
Yes. So it's this workflow that I have them doing to get that experience, to get in the cockpit, and they're going to be like mini test pilots.
Oh, cool.
And the stepway is that they're going to understand how the math works, the physics, applied in this area.
And they can do that right here in Queen Anne's County.
Right here in Queen Anne's County. Right here in Queen Anne's County. And then I've got an astronautics arm for those who want to do aerospace engineering, but they don't want to fly. They want to do space stuff. So teaching them about satellites, orbital mechanics, and
a field which is about to take off, like you said. It's here, but it's going to take off.
And this summer I have a rocketry class.
Oh, wow.
So
making rockets? Or
making rockets. Oh, wow. Making and flying them.
Oh, cool.
So going through, again, the engineering design process, we're going to come up with requirements that they got to reach a certain altitude, they got or maybe a payload or whatever. And then they're going to design the rocket and see if their planned builds can do it. And then if it works, you met the requirement. If it doesn't, it's time to iterate and let's find out how it works.
Now, again, people watching they're watching this show, hey, Mom, Dad, I'd like to do that. How old, what qualifications, and how much? Okay,
so how old? We're going to have elementary, middle school.
Elementary kids can do it too?
And the high school, differentiating
different levels
for different levels. So the beauty of aerospace is that you could be in 2nd grade, you could be in 12th grade, you could be in 22 grade, but there's something to learn. And so that's the idea, is trying to set up this system in Queen Anne's County for someone from elementary school to gradually learn all these things.
It's going to work their way up the ladder.
And then middle school, and then high school, and then the high school courses will be courses for credit. I'm going through going through the process of accreditation with Cognia, and then working with school district not school districts, but MSDE and then MEC, the higher
Can you
education.
do like a charter school? Or this will be
That it's a private school.
Okay.
It's a private school.
Okay. Good luck.
So
So they can start thinking in March courses. When do the courses start?
So right now, this is the thing that I do like is that, and as an educator, fellow educator, and also I'm a CTE instructor for K-12 here in Maryland. The idea is that the students are either event-driven or schedule-driven. And right now it's like, here, take this stuff for 6 months, for a semester, and then take tests. And I am focusing on all the different levels and ways that students learn. So if you start a course, we're going to work with you personally.
So you might make a model rocket. You might write a dissertation.
And we're going to make sure that you meet milestones for proficiency. So it may take you 3 months, or it may take you 6 months. So
you work at your own pace.
Yes.
You work at your own pace. Now, do you foresee in the near future there will be like a high school?
You know, I would
Charter
like
high
to.
school?
The one thing I want to stress is that my program is not in competition with the local
you're just
schools.
complimenting the local
It's
schools.
absolutely complimenting, and everything. All the courses that I have are what they call computationally based. So if they learn physics, they're going to be learning it from a computer programming standpoint. If they learn aeronautics, they're going to be learning to do the computer programming. Because in this day and age, students absolutely have to have that skill set. When I was growing up, you know, I'm dating myself now, but they made us all do Mavis Beacon typing class.
Oh, we had that industrial arts, typing, you name it, we had it.
It was
Home
like,
economics.
Yeah, this is a skill set. Well, now computer programming isn't a nice to have, it's a need. And that's the thing that I want my students to take away. Whatever gets thrown at them, they'll have the knowledge, skills, and abilities to sit down, examine the challenge, come up with candidate solutions, discern which one's going to be the best one, and then go and design a solution to it, and then refine that solution to make it better, which is, again, the engineering
And you're
design
working
process.
with Chesapeake, you're working with local school boards, you're working with people, like you
And
said.
the commissioners have been fantastic.
And you're not competing with anybody, you're just complimenting, you're offering children another opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
Well, look, Dee, we only have a couple minutes left. How about we do this? Let's go over again. What's the name of the
It's
school
the
or
engineering,
program?
the Engineering and Science Academy, and it is homegrown. It's here in birthed here in Queen Anne's County. I'm proud, and it's going to grow throughout the state.
Good. Now, let's go back. We've got the name. How do we get in touch with you, either phone or computer?
So the computer, so my email, well, there's information at tessa.org, and then there's also, you can reach out directly to me, Diallo, Diallo, at tessa.org, and then hopefully I can work with Studio, and I have a QR code that people could scan. The youngsters with the QR
They know
code,
how to do it.
it'll
I
take
can't,
it
but
right
they
to the
can.
web page. But
Now-
also I'll have the link in, you know, maybe the link will come up right here somewhere.
No, it'll be on TV.
Yep.
Now, is there a packet of information? If they want,
Everything will
the
be
parents
there.
want paper, the kids don't need paper. What do we
So
got here?
we've got packets, and I can send packets to. I consider myself old school, Gen Xer, proud Gen Xer.
Yes, sir.
I still like reading
Yeah,
books.
I have to.
And I still like holding paper. And
How do they get the packet?
so they'll reach out to me, and I'll email it to them.
Okay.
Or you know what, Queen Anne's County, we're all neighbors. I'll show up to your house, and here you go.
Is there a phone number available?
So right now,
If you're not comfortable using it,
I'll have that listed at the end of the show. and
Okay.
everything. So yeah.
So they can phone you. They can use a computer. There's all the information on your website. If they want a paper packet, they can get it.
And it'll be all accessible. And then also coming up to the summer months, I'm really proud to be working or able to go to the Jeff Davis Legion, and I'm planning on having Saturday outreach programs for the boys and girls.
Is that started or going to start?
That's going to start. And so I'm working
terrific.
with the Legion to try and get that worked out, where kids can come and get an introduction to aerospace and hear about what we're doing. But anyone from elementary, middle, and high school, and even beyond that, just to showcase
Hopefully something on Saturdays, like a little orientation.
just get-togethers, and then also planning on the Artemis mission is due to go up in April.
We'll all be watching that.
Well,
It'll be fun.
and
if they don't keep delaying it.
Well, you know, I'm motivated by them. I'm a space educator,
Sure.
and so what I'm hoping to do, or not hoping, I'm planning to do at the Legion is to have a launch party and
Wow.
explain
Watch what's going on. Oh, terrific.
how they're going to get to, because that's orbital mechanics, geometry. I want to explain the process that they're going to use to get to the moon
Good.
and back.
Hopefully this generation, I grew up in Washington, D.C., like I told you. I saw John Glenn after the suborbital flight. Remember, they had parades.
Yeah.
I saw Grissom after, he went around like 3 times or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
The unsinkable Molly Brown sank,
Unsinkable
unfortunately.
Molly Brown.
And then Carpenter, they used to have parades. The whole kids were allowed to get out of school. Space is what we're talking about. John F. Kennedy said, hey, we're going to the moon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did it, right?
And we did it in such a short time.
Unbelievable.
So
What we've been doing, tragically, since we stopped our last NASA programs is embarrassing. But you're going to help revigorate that and get them back going again, right?
I think it's just, like right now you got Jared Isaacman, head of NASA. His vision is clear. He's resolute. And I'm excited about what they're doing. And NASA over these years has been that inspiration for all Americans.
Okay.
We're
going to Mars. Already.
I want to go back to the moon.
Well,
personally.
moon, we
and then we'll get there.
Should we go 70s? What do we do? Doesn't matter.
There's a lot. And there's an economy there on
Yeah, of
that.
course.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much for being with us, okay?
Thanks, Fred.
And if you have more information on the schools, or maybe one Saturday we'll go out and visit you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Everyone's welcome. And that's the thing. I want to make sure that this community understands that we've got opportunity for your child or your grandchild.
That's
and
great.
Getting them into the aerospace
Carl
sciences.
Sagan is smiling as we speak.
Well, that's a tribute.
That's a
so
plus.
thank you.
Okay.
That's a plus.
Thank you very much. I'm Fred McNeil. Thank you for watching QAC TV 7. Start looking up at the stars. My time's up. Thank you for your time. We're going to see you next time. Was that easy?